websites are you guys from?
The nerd element.
Do we have that space?
Pop Break.
What's that?
Pop Break.
The Geekiary?
Showbiz Junkies?
Wait a minute, the Geeky.
Yeah.
How do I know that one?
I don't want to ask.
That guy, right?
Fareed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why does he still write about the show? like what show is he watching?
I don't ask.
All right, so what can you even tell us? Tease everything you can.
What?
Just tease anything. We know
Tease
the town's
anything.
rising up. There's got to be some turmoil, some anger, some angst.
There is, there's lots to tease. The return of old characters to the show, death or two, extended finale. Geez, it's such a general question.
Are you going to break our hearts?
I hope so.
You hope so.
That's what we come to TV for, right?
So how did that final episode change from what you originally envisioned for the series finale?
My original vision for the series finale was episode 520. So that was one of the things that changed. It's always evolved. There was once I knew that the network wanted another 20 episodes, we were in a little bit of trouble because of filming schedules. So we had to get a little creative. People like Dylan O'Brien who still wanted to do the show, but was under contract to Fox and had to go away for several months. And I said, well, if I'm going to do it, I've got this idea about memory loss, how to keep styles in it. And then for these last 10 episodes, I knew I wanted to separate them out. Part of it was going back to Scott McCall's character, and saying, all right, how can we finish the Teen Wolf story? How can we finish? So we started with Scott, and it was Scott being hunted. We decided, let's end with that as well. Let's come full circle. And it's sort of the season of the rise of new hunters. So, and it's led by Sibongile Miyamba, who I hope I pronounced her last name correctly, who is a phenomenal, wonderful person, and she's going to make a really good villain, I think. And you see her in the newest trailer. You see her in both trailers, but she gets more of an introduction in this trailer. I hope people really like her because she's great.
Any other new characters that we should really be on the lookout for?
Yes. There's a sort of a group of new young characters, Froy Gutierrez and Andrew Monterrasso. Proud of myself for pronouncing those correctly. They play young students in Beacon Hills who are sort of also rising new hunters as well. Sibo's character Monroe sort of gets into the hearts and souls of the teenage population, and Scott and his friends find everyone turning against them, seeing them as pariahs. So the new season is very much about fear, about being an outcast, about being an outsider.
Why did it take so long for people to start seeing it, considering so much stuff is happening?
Yeah, well, we looked at season 5, and there were scenes in season 5 that I knew we wanted to do, which was sort of a callback to Buffy, because at a certain point, everybody knows who Buffy is. They all know she's the Slayer. They all know about vampires now, and we knew that we were going to have to reach that point in Teen Wolf. And it's really the scene in the library where all those students are hiding. Go ahead. All those students are hiding in the stacks and seeing Scott. They've seen him. So one of the first things we start out with in the beginning of 6A is people talking and saying, I know what, people don't say anything, but we all know what we saw in the library that night. So that's where it starts off.
Yesterday there was an old unreleased scene of Jackson where he looks at a girl and then
he looks at a boy, and now a lot of people online are wondering, is he bi? Is
That was
something
confusing,
you can talk
wasn't
about?
it? I don't know anything about that. You'll have to wait and see.
Well, that was always something that was kind of hinted at earlier too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, well, exactly what Jeff said. Just listen to whatever this man has to say.
You know, I get these few moments at my own minor celebrity here. And actors just come and ruin it.
we keep going to tell us, Jeff. Come on, man, I love you.
Well, it was said, always said in season 2, Jackson's everyone's type. Right?
yeah, that's what I was.
That's what you're referencing.
Yes.
So we'll see just what that means.
Are there other little strands like that are really going to tie up in these last?
I hope so. We had so many characters by the end that writing the finale was a real challenge. And I also wasn't there for a good bit of shooting because I was also doing a pilot for Let the Right One In for TNT, which unfortunately didn't go forward. So I had my own distractions, but and thankfully I had the great team of writers carrying the torch. But we put her all into the last few episodes especially, so hopefully it depends.
Your cast has described it as epic. Would you say it's epic?
Yeah, it's pretty epic. We worked really hard. So, and the last scene feels like a series ender to me, so it felt good when I watched it. All right, tell Fareed hello from me personally. And then I hope all of his, it's because he's a Steric fan, right? Yeah. I hope all of his Steric dreams come true.
Thanks for making it.
Thank you.